My chance to change never came. I guess you lost me long ago. Now it's time that you should know that I don't believe you when you say there must be another way. And I don't have time.
Hey guys, and welcome to the final episode of Media Strikes Back Season 5. And on my left, you might recognize him, but I'm going to introduce him as one of our new presenter for Season 6, Adam.
Thank you for having me. I like just doing this. Media Strikes Back. It's so good. And Yana, I'm in love. I don't think she knows it. Can I tell her?
Sure. Have a dedication.
I love you.
As you can see, Season 6 is going to be crazy. But first up, the guys went out and went to a theater show called Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Sounds erotic.
Very erotic. What do you think it's going to be like?
I think there's going to be a spider involved somewhere and a woman.
See, what I did is Adam hasn't seen the segments, so it's going to be interesting what he's going to say about it. Cool, so we'll cut right through it and we'll come back and we'll see you guys in a sec.
Better be good.
I think they're coming.
Better hide the magazines or else I'll pinch them.
I am famished.
Please, Valentine, promise me you won't make a scene with the guards.
No. Porridge.
Yes. Thank you.
What's wrong with this one? Why has it got less? Shh. I didn't say anything for your sake, otherwise I'd have thrown it in his face, this bloody glue.
What's the use of complaining?
One's got half as much as the other. Bastard guard's out of his fucking mind.
It's okay, Valentine. I'll take the small portion.
No, you like porridge. You always lap it up.
Skip the chivalry. You have it.
I told you no.
Why should I have the big one?
Because I know you like porridge.
But I'm not hungry.
Well, just eat up. It'll do you good.
No.
Right.
Hi everyone, hi Media Strikes Back viewers. We're here at the Owl and the Pussycat in Richmond and we are at the first of 10 performances for, tell us the name of the show you're about to perform.
Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Right, there we go. So as I said, it's a premiere evening. It's a very intimate performance and I'm here with Adam Ward, who's one of the key actors, one of the two key actors, and Chris, the director of the show. Tell us a little bit about what your show's about that you've worked on for such a long time.
It's quite iconic. It's basically two prisoners in a Argentinian prison cell in the 1950s. One of them is a revolutionary, Adam, and the other one is a window dresser who's quite flamboyant, homosexual, who's been jailed for gross indecency. So it's two polar opposites, and they are thrown together and it's really hard to give too much away, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how do you prepare for a role like this?
I mean, as the same I would with any role, really. I mean, you do a lot of work with the other actor. You do a lot of rehearsals. You spend a lot of time thinking about the lines, what those lines mean to that person. Right. You look at the lines of the other person and you know, and how that affects you. You look for little links, little keywords. There's often lots of repetition in the words. And with great writing like this, it has a rhythm to it. It has its own breath.
Flow.
Yeah, it has its own breath. But you know, it's amazing what comes out of those moments. I mean, your heart starts racing, but it's quite incredible when you put actors in those positions. But fortunately, touch wood, we haven't come across too many of those, and we're really excited about tonight.
You've learnt to bounce off each other, I'm sure. Absolutely. It's a very intimate performance, as I said earlier. How do you feel? You can actually see the reactions of the audience. How does that make you feel?
Sure, they're on our laps. I love it. Because there's no void, there's not a great big orchestra pit. It's easier almost to connect with an audience, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. If you're not connecting with the audience, then who's it for? So it actually makes it a little easier, actually, because I can feel their energy, and I can give them my energy. I don't have a massive expanse to get over to communicate with them. So there's a lot of love to share.
What was the casting process like, Chris, to get these guys on board?
Well, because it's my company, basically, I had my little dream team in my head, which was Adam and Angelo, and gave them the script, said, I want you for these roles, and they they ate it up, really, didn't they? They read it and went, yes, we're on board. And it's fantastic for me because I love the process of I have very set ideas about what I like, and trying to get that communicated to these guys and coming to a compromise where it's not all about my idea but about being organic with them as well. And these two actors are beautiful people, so and incredibly talented, so it was an easy process.
Wow, Adam.
Why was there guys in that?
It's a theatre show, man.
Man, like a women's prison. I thought it was going to be, you know, nothing.
No, but very, very well done. I love the acting. They're quite good.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Well, from this guy. Anyway, we're going to go to an ad break. We'll come back. We'll have some more for you guys.
Broken hearts to know. I thought I was doing fine. Didn't need no one. Didn't have the time. But you came out of nowhere. Oh, not again. But again. It's like you got me losing my cool. I can barely even talk to you. But I like the way you look at me. Those eyes, they speak to me. Like
What kind of things do you write about? You mentioned friendships and things.
Yeah, well, look, just going to put it out there. Pretty much 99% of my songs are about love, you know?
Yep.
They're about boys, about girls, whatever. I get a lot of inspiration from my friends, just conversations with them and conversations with my family. And I love, you know, having a coffee with a girlfriend or a boyfriend and them telling me a story. And so I'll kind of go away and go, oh, okay. And then
Interesting. And then write a song about it. So family and friends, if you're watching this, beware, because some of the stuff you say might actually get made into a song, which isn't a bad thing, because if you've heard Al's music, it's pretty funky stuff. So that's great. And generally you perform in front of smaller kind of crowds. What's the biggest crowd you've ever performed for?
Actually, I can answer that question.
The capacity of a venue.
No, actually, well, I played at Queenscliff Music Festival last year.
Oh, cool.
And it was so much fun. Loved every second of it. But on the first day before the whole festival actually started, I was put on this stage in front of about 400 to 500 primary school
Wow.
kids.
Primary
Yep.
school kids. Oh.
And I think that's been my biggest crowd.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what were they like?
Loved them. Yep. Classic.
Would you ever become a primary school teacher after that?
Actually, yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
So they mustn't have been too bad for you. Now, have you done any sort of opening acts for bands and singers? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I love supporting people. I love that. I love that position. I love that
Yeah.
spot. You know, because there are so many amazing musicians around. I just, you know, I love playing and meeting as many people as
Networking in the industry, yeah.
and just making friends, you know, that's my thing. I love making friends. And so, yeah, I'm a huge fan of a local artist called Geordie Lane. I supported him last year at the Northcote Social Club, and also on that bill was Liz Stringer, who's a local artist, and she just blows my mind. She's amazing too. And I had my first international support this year with David Ryan Harris, who's,
Wow.
he's amazing, and, you know,
Great one.
played guitar with John Mayer for years, and he's also, you know, worked with Dave Matthews Band and Santana, and yeah, so that was pretty
I love Santana.
Yeah.
Oh, God, takes me back.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, how good was Al Parkinson?
The guitar and yeah, I liked it. That was good. I enjoyed it.
I love musicians when they do a solo, you know, a solo singing and playing a guitar, and they close their eyes and you know they can feel the music.
Not bad for someone with Parkinson's.
She doesn't have Al Parkinson.
Oh, Parkinson's.
Yep, you get that right.
Okay, good.
You're bad. So, do you play? Do you sing?
You know what? As a kid, I played 8 instruments. The saxophone I played for a while.
The saxophone?
The saxophone. Not good, but I played. So maybe one day I'll just break it out on the show.
We will. All right. No worries. One of these days we're gonna show you how you.
How I blow my flute.
Anyway, we're gonna go straight to the next segment before this gets any worse. It's gonna be the guys from shhhhh Productions. That's it. That's for you, Adam. Shhhhh Production.
Should I keep doing this?
Yeah, you can.
So, Scott, as you can see, addiction starts with a yearning. It's the crack in our psyche that allows addiction to take control.
But I can't even remember when it started to get so bad. All I know is I want to be able to have a normal life, get some balance, hold down a regular job, and get ahead.
Tell me, at what point did performing start to dominate your thoughts?
Probably back when I started dance class. I lived waiting for the next class. My parents wouldn't let me take them at first, but my sister hated it, and seeing as the classes were non-refundable, I got to take her place.
Well, I'm Tash. I'm from Brisbane, and I'm a part of Velvet Addiction, which is our new show here at Gasworks for one more night. But we've been on tour all around Australia, and yeah, I'm lucky enough to know this fellow right here who started up a very cool production company for new and upcoming artists.
And what's that company called?
The company is called shhhhh Productions, which is kind of hard to spell, but it's
How many H's is that?
5.
Okay, why 5 H's?
Because 3 wasn't enough and it had to be an odd number.
Okay, I want to chat a little bit about this production company, Scott, because there's a really big story about why you have this company in, you know, and what you're doing for upcoming people. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Well, I started my career back in the 90s in musical theatre, and I graduated from NIDA and was lucky enough to pretty much work solidly for 20 years in the industry. Things have changed a lot since then, and I've met some amazingly talented young people like Tash through teaching and mentoring, doing workshops, and just found that they didn't have the platforms to get exposure that I used to get, and they're also competing with so much more from a media perspective now with, you know, X Factor, Idol, those sorts of things. So it's really important that up-and-coming artists get exposure, that there are shows for them to appear in and be seen in, and that's where shhhhh came about.
Fantastic. Are you? What do you think about this one-woman show? Are you excited?
I'm super excited. Mostly excited that I've got a partner in crime to actually help me develop it, because that's probably the scariest thing when you're doing a one-woman show. It's good to sort of have the support and the network and that sort of thing there as well.
Tell us a little bit about this particular show that you guys are putting on now at Gasworks.
Okay, so Velvet Addiction is all about the addiction that drives performers to perform. And we both have it in spades, unfortunately. It's kind of autobiographical. So basically, it's set in a New York psychiatrist's office run by Dr. Miser Linelli and his faithful receptionist, Methel Ehrman. And together, they try to cure starlets and wannabes of their velvet addiction. It's a massive piece full of Broadway musical hits.
But what kind of audience are you trying to capture with this particular play?
We were really mindful when we were writing it that we were kind of being selfish and just putting in lots of songs that we wanted to sing, which is the great thing about cabaret, but it's also the risk. You always have to be mindful when developing cabaret of being able to attract an audience. So we were very, very careful to make sure that the comedy was balanced enough so that you did not have to be a theatre person to come in and have a laugh.
How do you train up for something like that? Like, do you have to work out, or do you have to? What do you do just to stay on stage and keep singing, dancing, and all the rest?
It's adrenaline, and it's definitely part of the addiction as well, I guess. Like if you've rehearsed it enough and you love it enough, it's something that it's like anything. It's like a sport, you know. You keep rehearsing and you keep training.
One, two, three. Maidens! Good down. Awesome, guys. Oh, down. All right, listen, my bad. Right. You didn't teach me right.
Maidens on 3. 1, 2, 3. Maidens!
Hey guys, welcome back to Media Strikes Back. There's too much back there. I think you look good, man.
Too much back.
There's too much back. Too much. There we go. Twerking in the show right now. I'm never gonna wash this jacket.
Ooh, it doesn't smell good.
Adam, tell us, what do we have next?
Hot chicks in lingerie playing football. What more could you want? Sandwiches.
I know you gave me a text that day. Goes, why didn't you call me?
I would have gone to that naked.
That is why I didn't call you.
And then they would have beat the shit out of me. Can I say shit? Probably not.
You said it now.
Just twerk again.
That's it. All right. Well, before we keep carrying on about, we're gonna introduce you the Victoria Maidens.
Yay!
Hey guys, Tristan here for Media Strikes Back, and you might be wondering why we're standing here on a beautiful Saturday with these lovely young ladies. Right now we have Penny, Jamie, and Jules. It's hard to remember the name, but I'm getting it right. So guys, tell us, what are you guys doing here?
Well, we're from the Legends Football League. It's basically gridiron for women, full contact, high intensity sport.
All right, so now Legends Football League?
Legends Football
LFL.
League, LFL, formerly known as the Lingerie Football League, but earlier this year was rebranded to the Legends Football League.
Is it because you guys are like meaner than the Lingerie Football League?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah. Should we? Well, how long have you guys been doing it?
Well, some of us started last year in about December, but there's been a few tryouts since then, and a few girls have sort of started from about March onwards. So, yeah.
Cool. And are you enjoying it, Penny?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's a whole new different sport, that we haven't seen before, so it's fantastic.
So, do you guys have to be like super athletic and super fit to play this? Like, do you have to be like, extra mean, or can anyone kind of just go, I want to try maybe like for next year or something?
Yeah, look, it is, obviously there's a very intense training to obviously be a part of this. So it isn't just, you can just turn up because you feel like it type of thing. You do have to obviously put in the effort to obviously be here as well. So, yeah, no, there's a lot behind it than just turning up and wearing a uniform. There's a lot, a lot to do with it, yeah.
Well, speaking of uniform, tell us about your uniform. Aren't you guys cold playing this?
Well, it's a summer sport. We're wearing summer athletic attire. It's performance wear. It's comfortable. Like
it's actually easy to move in compared to you know, like we're women, not men, so we've obviously got, you know, this for us. So yeah, it's a lot easier to move in than your full kind of gear. Yeah.
Yeah, with all the other parts like the protection base that we wear, the pads, elbow pads, knee pads, we actually have more cover than a lot of Olympic sports. So if any, you know, that's why we have all this sort of attire. You know.
And obviously wear helmets and stuff as well.
Yeah, we have helmets, mouth guards, at the lot, protection gear. Yep.
Cool. So are you guys having a good time doing this?
Yeah, it's unreal. And like the bunch of girls that you meet as well, obviously everyone's here for the same sort of reason. So you're all, you know, here, you know, with the same interests. So it's awesome. You've met like your mates.
Family.
Yeah.
Well, especially now, it's basically the first in Australia, and at the moment there's 4 teams, right? So there's Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, and those guys at Western Australia. So, yeah, those guys. So how you guys been training to actually win this league?
What we've been doing is been training. We've got 3 compulsory scrimmage sessions that everyone has to make, and then when we're not training together with our coach, we're training by ourselves. So hitting the gyms, getting stronger, lots of agility work we've been doing. We've been teaching, being taught how to technically tackle properly, so there's least risk of injury. Power, a lot of power work, a lot of agility, and it's short and sharp. So a lot of work like that we've been doing.
Awesome. So what about nutrition? Are you guys doing that high protein, or you doing your macros, things like that? You're doing macros, are you?
It's like obviously a lot of protein, that sort of thing, but it's just
Just bulking up.
Yeah, bulking pretty much. Yeah,
Get on that beast mode.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Coach says.
Yeah, that's
Bulk
what
up.
coach says. Bulk up. Yeah.
Cool, man. So we're from here. Like, are you guys going like interstate and trying to take the title? Or?
Definitely, yeah. Like we've got 2 home games at Amy Park, one in December, one in January.
Awesome.
Then we've got a game in Sydney and a game in Queensland.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll be taking out this title for sure. Championship is ours.
Yeah.
Feeling confident?
Yeah, definitely.
So have you guys played against anyone else, like especially besides training and things like that?
We have closed sessions at the moment, just to make sure that we've got everything correctly right. And then when the coach feels like we might start playing against other teams. But at the moment, it's just closed sessions to make sure that we're doing everything correctly.
There you go, guys. Legend Football League. These guys something to watch, especially in December. Their first is that first home game?
Yeah, come support the Maidens. Yep.
14. Oh, show me the maiden sign. What up? Media Strikes Back right there, Maidens. So, girls, lingerie, gridiron. What do you think?
And then they throw. It was good. It was good. They were quick.
They were very fit.
They were here and then they were there. I liked it. Good.
They whooped us.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I really got to stop that China bar action.
Oh, China bar. China bar. Crispy chicken and rice.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for everybody watching Media Strikes Back. And I was going to say that catch us again, Season 6, Media Strikes Back will be back with this man right here.
With me. Yeah.
But don't be sad, guys. Don't be sad. We're going to be back in March. But before then, we have a new show as well on 31. Every Monday nights, 8 p.m. called Exclusive Vox.
What's that?
It's
Should I know? I should probably know, shouldn't I?
Well, you will now. It's a musical show, live bands. We invite one band, we showcase one band a night, and they play live for us. How good is that?
I've never seen a live band, so
Well, there you go. You don't even have to leave your lounge room.
lounge room's awesome. Yes, good.
Lounge room, music, maybe a few drinks on a Monday night.
And strike back.
And strike back, and then catch us again in March.
Yay!
Cool. So we'll see you guys, and thank you for watching. MSB.